Hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. My name is Sonia for those of you that are new, and today I'm going to be telling you about the best purchases that I've made in my 20s so far. So for those of you that don't know, I am 26, so I've still got 4 years to go to make good purchases. I mean 3.5, 3 and a bit. Anyways, have you guys heard the new song that Ola Garland has just released? It's called Why Am I Like This? And I was just listening to it just now, so I'll show you that. But yeah, I think it's so good. And apologies for the lighting situation that we've got going on here. I've literally got a light, see it there, another one right here, and then the moon up there because it's dark outside. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Let's just get into it, shall we? So the first thing that I do not regret spending money on is my laptop. I've got a MacBook Pro 13 inches that I've had for the last 4 or 5 years. 2014, so it's definitely been 5 years, and I absolutely love it. I use it every single day. That's where I edit all of my videos, that's where I watch YouTube, that's where I edit photos, where I go on social media, where I watch Netflix, where I do research, where I do online learning courses, etc. So there's literally so many uses. I use it every single day, and I definitely do not regret spending any money on it. It was £1,000 more or less when I got it, which was quite a hefty amount. But because I have used it so much, I genuinely think that it's more than paid off its price in value. So that's definitely my first one. I think the second thing is my camera. Got a Sony A5100 that I've had for the last 2 years, and it was about £550 at the time plus insurance, so that was again a big purchase, but I definitely do not regret it. I use it for all my videos, for all my vlogs, for my sit down videos. I'm currently using it right now, so that's definitely been a very good purchase for me, especially wanting to make videos. You need to be willing to spend a little bit of money on your equipment. Obviously I did start off making videos with my phone like most people, but after a while it's just not sustainable. So yeah, my camera, definitely worth it. I'm actually thinking of investing in a new camera in the near future, but it's done an amazing job so far, and I would definitely continue using it as my backup. So yeah, good job Sony. That was my first ever Sony camera as well, because before that I was always using Canon, which kind of leads me to another one of my best purchases. Not necessarily the camera, because this was a birthday present for my 21st birthday from my mum. Thanks mum. But the lens that I currently use on it is this Yongnuo, I don't know, it's like a off-brand, but is a 50 millimeter lens with 1.8 f, whatever that means, but it takes really good photos. It does the whole depth of field, blur in the background, and I really enjoy using it. It was actually really inexpensive. I think at the time, I bought this by the way like maybe 6-7 years ago, but it cost me like £40 on Amazon, and it literally was a test because I had never heard of the brand, but it fitted the Canon, and I tried it, and it is my go-to on this camera for portrait photography and all sorts of photography, so definitely on the list. I think another thing that I spent money on that I do not regret spending money on are these Chloe sunglasses. And if you've been a watcher of my vlogs for a while, then you've definitely seen them before, but they are my go-to sunglasses. I've had them for 4 years. I bought them at the airport, Gatwick Airport, before going on a flight to Miami because I had forgotten my sunglasses, and I've literally had so much wear out of them. They were about 140, 150 pounds when I bought them, which is not necessarily what I would spend on sunglasses, but you know, they've definitely done me good, and they are the ones I take on every single trip that I go on. They've definitely lasted me longer than any of those Primark ones that I bought before, so we're happy with that. Another thing that I definitely do not regret spending money on is books, self-improvement, learning, investing in myself, investing in courses. I love reading. I think we can learn so much from reading, and while when I was younger I was definitely more of a fiction reader, as I've grown older, still can't speak, but as I've grown older I've definitely learned to appreciate inspirational, self-motivational, spiritual, self-love, self-care, developing your creative side books, and at the moment it's pretty much all I read. I mean, I do have Catcher here because, let's face it, Kayla Nicholson wrote it and she is my favourite YouTuber, so I do have this. But other than that, the other 2 books that I'm currently reading are non-fiction, but I would definitely recommend spending money on books, spending money on learning, spending money on yourself, anything that has to do with bettering yourself, self-improvement. Do it. Go for it. Got a little box here where I've put some of the items that I'm talking about so that I didn't forget them, but just thought I'd show you. So another thing that I definitely recommend that you do and that you spend money on if you are a YouTuber, if you create content, if you take a lot of photos, even if you're not, like, obviously the capacity that you need will depend on what you do, but I think that safekeeping memories, safekeeping photos is very important, and since we don't generally or normally get physical copies of the photos, we forget about them, we lose them, computers crash, you name it. So I think hard drives are extremely useful. I don't know what word I was looking for, but useful is what I meant. I've got a couple. I've got my passport, and then I've got a Sonex. Both of them are kind of pink, which it just happened. But these are used pretty much on a day-to-day basis. They make sure that my computer still runs because I would have never had enough memory on it to keep everything that is in these hard drives. And they literally contain my life for the last few years and every single video that I've ever created. So these are literally some of the best purchases I made. Really happy with them, and there's nothing else to say other than they are keeping all my videos and photos and memories and university essays. And I mean, I'm never going to look back at those university essays, but it's nice that they still have them. I don't know. So yeah, anyways, they save a lot of things and they contain a lot of space. I think one of them has 2 terabytes and the other one has 1 terabyte. More than enough for what I need for now. If I continue making videos, then I will probably need to get another one just to store videos in it, but for now it does the job. I think another thing that I definitely do not regret, by the way, I've completely lost count, so thumbs up to you if you kept count. But another thing that I really do not regret spending money on was a Real Madrid top for my dad at the official store of the Real Madrid in Madrid, and I got them to write my dad's name on the back and to have his favourite number, which is number 8, which is why I was doing this sign. And giving my dad that present was just such a special moment. He got really emotional, and even though he had been a fan and a hardcore fan of Real Madrid all his life, pretty much since he was born, he had never owned an official a t-shirt with his name on it, so that was a very special moment for him as well. So that was definitely money well spent. They are not cheap, I tell you. Football fanboying, I don't know, fangirling, fanboying, whatever. It's expensive. I don't know how people get different t-shirts every single year, but whatever, that's their problem, not mine. I gave Dad his t-shirt and he was extremely happy. So there's that. And I think, I don't know, I'm definitely happy that I spent money on a printer, because all through university I didn't have a printer, and it meant a lot of trips to the printing facilities at university. It also meant a lot of money spent on the printer facilities at university. I mean, I was doing an art history course, and there's a lot of reading and a lot of pages to print, and oh god. Anyways, a printer would have come in really handy then, but I didn't have one, and a few years ago I got one, and I've used this so much. It wasn't expensive, it was like £40, something like that, but I've definitely got a lot of use out of it, and it's definitely been money well spent. So yeah, that's it. And I think the last thing, which is probably the most important in the whole list, and the one thing that is not materialistic, is travel. And I've been really lucky to be able to travel to a lot of different places in different parts of the world, and I am, as I said, so grateful, and I love traveling, and I'm going to continue doing it. But that is the one thing that I definitely do not regret spending any money on it. I will continue to spend money on travel. I will continue to make it a priority, because it's one of the things that brings me the most joy. It's one of the things that I just love the most doing. I love exploring new cultures, different people, new places, seeing different things, and I genuinely think that you can't go wrong when you're spending money on experiences, because those experiences go with you for the rest of your life, and it's always good to be able to look back on memories, to be able to look back on places that you've been on, and just generally to be a more rounded individual, because you've experienced more, because you know about different cultures, you know about the differences out there, you know that, you know, we are so small in the grand scale of things, and there is so much out there to discover, there is so much out there to do, and that at the end of the day, you know, life is short. So if you want to travel and you want to see it all, you've got to do it, and you've got to make it a priority, and you shouldn't feel bad about spending money on it. If that's something that you want to do, you might not want to, and that's okay too. I think other than travel, the other thing that I definitely do not regret spending money on is going to events, networking, investing in myself, investing in my brand, because it has provided me with a lot of opportunities that I would have not had any other way. And I am very grateful for those memories and for those, you know, for those people that I've met through those events and so on. So I think any money that you spend on yourself, on your brand, on bettering yourself, on self-improvement, as I mentioned earlier, is definitely money well spent. And yeah, that's, I think, all I've got to say. Those are the best purchases of my 20s. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. I've also got an Instagram account for those of you that don't know. I'll leave the link down below, but it's just at Sonia DoubleG. And I will see you very soon with another video. I'm planning on doing a worst or like dumbest purchases that I've made in my 20s, because there definitely is a few of those too. So yeah, look out for that. I'll see you very soon. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye!